What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Roth Talk podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had another week at it. Man, I want to first give a shout out for my last guest, Mr. Bob Sumner, who came through and dropped so many gems, so many, great stories. But I'm telling you, I got another dope guy pulling up today. My guy June. I'm about to ping him in here right now, get him in here, and we got another great show on the way. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Real quick, there, my guy in here. There we go. Hello. Man, I'm so excited for another episode of the Roth Talk podcast. Thank you so much for everybody that keep tuning in. There we go. Can you hear me, my guy?
I can hear you, big bro.
What's going on, my guy? Hey.
Hey.
Hello. What's going on, King?
Man, I woke up this morning. I'm good. I'm excited. Happy to be here with you, man. We spent a lot of time on Clubhouse and made that connection. And of course, we're cut from the same cloth.
Hello.
So it's only right that we're here. It's
yes,
only
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir, man.
And let me just say this, man. Keep doing what you're doing. It is needed. We appreciate it. You are a breath of fresh air when people just feel stifled. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. Continue to use your platform in the way that you've been using it, man. And understand it is a gift. So appreciate it and don't covet it. Make sure you give it away. It'll come back 100-fold.
Come on, man. Already dropping gems. Come on, man. Save it for the interview. Hold on, my guy. Save it for the interview. But thank you so much, my guy, June, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming and taking time out of your day. I know you got something to do right after this, but I do appreciate you and your time and everything you've done thus far. Because it's about you, my guy, but I thank you and I accept those words because, like you said, we cut from that same cloth. And, you know what I mean? What's understood don't need to be spoken. You dig me?
Exactly.
So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I need some hearts. I need some fire signs in the room right now. We got an amazing gentleman in the room today. And thank you for coming on the podcast. So first and foremost, my first question, I always like to ask all my guests, man, please give us a brief introduction of Mr. June Archer, man, because if you just go on his Instagram, you can look and see the different pictures, the different interviews. I mean, he has so many different great things he's doing. So again, Mr. June Archer, my guy. Hello.
Hello. It's the classic line. Really, Rothstein, who June Archer is, man, I'm a former recording artist turned music executive, now author, motivational speaker, founder of the June Archer Foundation, the June Archer School of Arts, and been blessed for 25 years to give back to my community with events such as Hot Chocolate Soul, which is a performance artist showcase, music, comedy, and poetry, raising money, awareness, intervention and prevention with the June Archer Celebration of Life birthday party with a purpose, 25 years old as well this year, as well as honoring and giving people their flowers. So I created an event called the 100 Men of Color Black Tie Gala and Awards, where I honor 100 men, throughout the state of Connecticut and Western Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And it did so well that I realized after the fact, women are the pillars and the backbone of our community. So I had to honor them. So I created the 100 Women of Color Gala and Awards, where I honor 100 women throughout the state of Connecticut. And so many other things, man, mentor to so many artists and authors, and just in a space, man, where now it's about legacy, giving back. And that's the reason why I started the June Archer School of Arts. And I'm enjoying it, man, educating kids about the business of music, DJing, graphic design, filmmaking. It's important because they love this business, right? Yeah. But we want them to see past just rapping, singing, or producing. We want them to get into the business. We want them to create brands. We want to create entrepreneurs, right? So that they can have sustainable careers. So this is the reason why I want to help them put their best foot forward and bless them with the tools necessary to put in their toolkit so that they have the opportunity to live their best life with a sustainable career. So
Man.
in a nutshell, that's who I am, bro.
Sheesh. Come on, y'all. Hello. Come on, man. That's some amazing work you've done thus far. And I always like to say, man, we are just getting started. Like the work is never done. So
Never
just,
done.
but what I always like to dive into is like really the essence of who you like, how did you get here? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people think success just happened. They think like, oh, this guy just showed up out of nowhere and he became successful. They don't know the many years that it takes to get to point A to point B to point C. So let's take it back, Mr. Archer, of your upbringing. Let's talk about, what got you into music. Let's start, take it back from your childhood, and who were some of the early influences and what kind of took you on the path of music?
Well, my parents always played music in the household, and they were immigrants that migrated from Jamaica, made their way in Hartford, Connecticut. And I kind of, out of nowhere, I was always playing sports. I was very athletic, still to this day athletic, played every sport in high school growing up. And it wasn't until I was in middle school that I have a cousin. We're 5 days apart. We grew up like brothers and sisters. And we're in middle school, and she's liking this boy. And I'm like, man, so you liking boys now? This is crazy. I don't know if I like this. Like, you're my friend. And I end up meeting this dude, and we're at a school dance. I'm like, is this the guy? This the guy that you like? And he had on the Michael Jackson jacket with the zippers, and he was just the epitome of cool, Rothstein. And out of nowhere, Michael Jackson's playing the joint. People dancing. Him and his boy at the time, Sean, he's dancing. So I'm like, man, forget this. I'm about to battle these dudes, man. I'm about to do Michael Jackson too. Little did I know, and everybody else around me, because I was an athlete up to that point, was like, when did Jules start dancing? So I'm battling this dude. I'm like, I'm giving him everything. I'm like, whoop. Like, doing the whole Michael Jackson thing. Yo, I have to tell you, ever since that chance day, 1983, that's been my man, 40 grand. He's the one that let me fall in love with music. We started lip syncing. He's a year ahead of me, so he was in high school when I was in 8th grade, in our high school and middle school right across the street. And he came back, he was like, yo, you got to do this thing called jazz show choir. We get to sing and dance the first period of the day. And I'm like, sing and dance the first period? Oh, man, you signed me up. But you had to audition, you got to sing, do a solo. And it was at that point that our teacher, Mrs. Knapp, allowed us to, when we weren't doing barbershop harmony and learn all these things, like having the platform to learn to be musicians and musicianship and artistry in terms of live performance. And we went from lip syncing to singing, creating our own music, and had the opportunity to, in 1989, win a showcase that allowed us to go to the world famous Apollo Theater. And that was the first place prize. And the second place prize was like $250. And the person who came in second, and I love telling the story because I love for young people and people who are trying to follow a dream, don't worry about coming in first or second or third place. And even if you come in last place, I need you to finish the race.
Hello.
It's important to finish the race because the race that you're running may not be against everybody else, even the person that came in first. The race is yours to finish, right? The person who came in second place, she goes by the name of Anika Noni Rose. It's my good childhood friend. For those who don't know who she is, you could Google her, but I'm going to help you out. She's the first African-American Disney princess from The Princess and the Frog. She was in Dreamgirls with Beyonce and Jennifer Hudson. She was Jukebox in Power. And I'm going to let you do the rest of your homework because I ain't going to do it for you. Right? But it's a classic example of someone following their dreams and finishing their race. No, she didn't go on to the Apollo Theater, but she is a Tony winner.
Hello. Yes, sir.
All right. She is a working actress, right? So we went on to the Apollo, met a few people, and some of the people that people see me interview now or I'm taking pictures with, I've known a lot of these people since we started back in 89, 90.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
We've been grinding. The Martin Lawrences of the world, Kwame. Shout out to my boy Kwame. We've been grinding. So I tell people, listen, if something that you want to do really bad in life, and I tell you it's going to take 5 to 10 years to become overnight successful, you do it. People are like, oh, no, I'll do anything. But I'm saying, will you 5 to 10 years?
Yep.
Before you see any kind of traction, will you do it? It looks a little different. So as people see what I'm doing now, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Right.
I know where I want to go, right? But it's taken me a very long time on this journey to get here, and it looks sweet. But it took some work to get here, and I got more work to put in. So just watch me work.
Hello.
I promise you, it's gonna be sweet. But along this journey, though, Rossi, like you got to inspire people, right?
Yes, sir.
So I hold myself accountable because here's the thing: whether someone's watching IG or any of these social media platforms to get their morning, evening, or nightly news, or just to be inspired, you have to take this thing seriously, right? Don't just put the highlight reel out so people see when it's all good. You could go back through my joint. I am who I say I am on social media. Any awards that I've won, I won them because I put the work in.
Hello.
And I don't boast them, but I do post it because I started to learn. If you don't share what you accomplish, who are you inspiring? It's cool that you want to be humble, but you have to celebrate your wins as well, because there's somebody who is looking at you like the light at the end of the tunnel, or looking at you like the lighthouse. And they want to see how you navigate the waters. And if you fail to walk in your dopeness, there are going to be people who think that it's not possible because, well, you know, Rothstein ain't never did nothing. He never had no success, you know, in music. Like, so who am I to think that I could do it? So you're failing people that are behind you or to the left or the right of you who are saying, all right, if Rothstein could do it, if he could get out of here, then I know I could do it.
Right.
I know I'm blessed, but I just need to see that one person.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
But if you can't see those people in your neighborhood, man, shoot, do what I do. I look at Jay. I look at 50. Right? I work with 50.
Yeah.
I look at the people who doing what I want to do. So when people say, oh, man, like you started a school, you got a shoe line, you got an online course, you got events. Well, no one's telling Oprah that she can't do it. But all right, here's a gem, Rossi. Imagine if, just walk with me real quick. Imagine if someone said to Oprah, you should stick to hosting, Oprah. Don't start a network. Don't try to start a magazine or go into programming. Don't do that.
Right.
Jay-Z, what are you talking about? Stick to rapping. Don't do this closed thing.
What are you talking about doing all that?
Don't do a streaming platform. Don't write a book, Jay. Like, just stick to the rap. 50. Stick to rapping, man. Don't go into creating no TV shows or doing movies, being an actor. Don't buy no vitamin water. Don't do that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do that, man. Don't write no 50th law. Don't do that. Don't get into merchandise. What would the world look like if these people just stayed in one lane? Right? But if they can do it, I know I could do it. Michael Bivens of New Edition, Belle Biv DeVoe, one of my longtime mentors, always taught me, and Deidre Tate. If y'all follow anybody, follow these two people, Deidre Tate, Michael Bivens. June, make sure you always have more than one stream of revenue. So when something happens, you have something to fall back on. You have other things, right? And what do we learn over these past 15, 18 months?
Anything is possible.
If the world stops, now I got a few streams of revenue that I try to make happen. All my live events were done. All my speaking events you had to travel done.
Man.
So what do you do when that happens? Right? So we're trying to teach these young people, yeah, if you do go to school, and when you do go to school, you come out 9 to 5, find something that you like to do that you could do just to make a little side money. Right? Just have a little entrepreneurial spirit. See where it takes you. Sometimes that 5 to 9 turns into the 9 to 5. And then you could just take that 9 to 5 and make it your 5 to 9 and just do it part-time. Right? So we have to create the next thinkers, doers, tastemakers, world changers. That's why I started the June Archer School of Arts. That's why I speak to kids. That's why I go to corporations and corporate America and speak to people who Rothstein, for better or for worse, find themselves in a job. They've been there 15, 20, 25 years. They're coming up on retirement, 45, 50, and they're like, I don't even know what to do with the rest of my life.
Hello.
What happened to that dream that you had? What happened to that little business that you wanted to start? You wanted to create some jewelry. You wanted to write a book. You want to write a book of poetry. You want to start a little business, a little corner store. You wanted to write a song. What happened? Well, life got in the way. Now, I get that. Life gets in the way. But during that time when life gets in the way, one other thing that we learned during this pandemic, you have to find a release.
Right.
Right. When it gets too tight, when it gets a little stress,
that pressure,
pick up that violin and play that violin. Pick up the drum machine, play the drum. Get the drum set and just bang away the stress. Right?
Yes, sir.
Write some poetry. Just get the thoughts out. You got to find something. And if that something can be something that's profitable, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying you got to make $1 million. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But if you could find something that makes you a little bit of money, you stack it. $100 here, $200 there. Before end of the year, you're like, oh, man, I made $10,000 just selling my painting. Selling my painting.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to be Basquiat, but somebody will appreciate it. If you take it seriously, someone will appreciate it. So that's how I got into music. I fell in love with those few things. So following that dream, my boy DJ Chaotic, he had the same dream. And we turned that into, let's keep going. And then my man G Strings, like, he had the same dream. We came together and we would do it every day, singing, dancing every day, harmonizing every day, stealing the steps from New Edition, doing their steps in the driveway, at the local community center, in our basements, when our moms was like, hey, y'all, it's 12 o'clock. Y'all got school tomorrow. Y'all making too much.
Hold on, June. Hold on. Say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear the grind. You said every what? Every day you was in?
Every day. I'm talking about we would leave whatever sport we were playing and leave that sport. And we're like, all right, so what time we get in rehearsal? This is every day. And I'm talking Monday through Friday, Rothstein. I ain't talking about Monday through Friday. I'm talking about darn near Monday through Saturday and possible on Sunday, just in case, unless your mom's had something for you to do. And if we had an event coming up, we were 7 days a week. We 7 days a week. That's why nobody could see us. I'll be honest, nobody could see us back then. Even when we got the record deal, nobody wanted to see us. I'm talking about all of them didn't want to see us.
Did y'all have the same name, or did you change your name once after you got the record deal?
We changed the name midstream, and that's a story. Like we had mentors in full force. Kango Kid, God bless Kango Kid. Please send some prayers to him. He's battling cancer. They inspired us to want to do more. And at the time, we were called Junior Edition, right? Because we wanted to be New Edition. And we ended up, changing our name to Ecstasy. And when we met Full Force and Kango, they're like, when y'all get that record deal one day, I don't think they ever said if. They're like, when y'all get that record deal one day, you don't want to be associated with something negative. And Ecstasy, that drug is blah, blah, blah. And we were in a hotel after a concert. And it was after a Lisa concert. It was Lisa and Colt Jam. It was Full Force, UTFO. And we were like, man, what we going to call ourselves, man? Everybody knows us by Junior Edition. Now we just got used to Ecstasy. And we sat there in the lobby like, we could call ourselves Front Desk. We could call ourselves, Front Lobby. Maybe, I think the crazy thing is, I think we even thought of the name Room 112 because we happen to be on one floor, right? And we just thinking like we're playing pool. We're like 8-ball. We're like, nah, now we're going back into the drug thing because we can't do that.
Right,
we're like,
right.
we just want to be something for everybody. What would everybody rock to? And then all of a sudden we were like, yo, we just call ourselves Room Service. And that means we deliver whatever you want, the way you want it, when you want it.
Hello.
When we got the record deal, we got signed under the name Room Service.
Oh, man, listen. So this is a salute alert. If you don't know about Room Service, you better go right now and do some research because, listen, wow. So how long did it take you guys from, was it high school to out of high school you got your deal, or was it like you guys got it when you got it during high school?
No, we graduated high school. We were in college. I was attending Central Connecticut State University, and I graduated in '89, so we got the record deal in 1995. right? So I want people to do the math, right? We've been grinding since 84, right? We got the opportunity to go to the Apollo Theater in 89. Go back and forth. We're like writing music and doing stuff with everybody. Hank and Keith Shockley, Bomb Squad, Arthur Baker, like we're going in. And finally got the record deal with a producer all-star who was working on SWV and 3LW, Naughty by Name, like Joe. We got the record deal in 95. The record doesn't come out till 97. I just want you to get a feel for the years that go by that you can't give up the work, right? You can't stop working. What we realized was, Rothstein, that was the easy part. Getting a record deal was the easy part. After all those years, right? The hard part was trying to stay on top and keep it. We came out in 97. By 99, we were done. Classic VH1 story. Too much, too fast, too soon. With the #1 record in the country.
Yeah.
Every station. If it was #1, it was #2.
Now,
we're on tour.
All right, hold on, Jules. We got to talk about this. Now, those 2 years from when you guys got signed and the record came out, can you briefly talk about how did you feel at that time? Because you know everybody as an independent artist, once you go from like no deal to getting a deal, how did you feel? Like, just so we can feel that same emotion with you when you guys signed that name on the dotted line.
It was a dope moment, right? And I talk about moments throughout my journey. It was a dope moment, but we were so humble that it didn't really, to our demise, it really didn't feel crazy because we worked up to that point. So we felt we deserved it, right? We were kicking butt and taking names. There was nobody in the Northeast that was seeing us, right? There was Jagged Edge at the time. They got signed the same time they came out. Their album and single dropped the same time we dropped. But to us, they wasn't seeing us to the point when we was #1, #2 on the charts. We was on tour. They were opening up for us. So we knew that. Listen, we're dope. When they were like, "Yo, we need something that can complement New Edition," they got us, and we was opening up for New Edition because we were one of the few groups that would sing and dance. Jagged Edge wasn't singing and dancing. 112 was barely dancing, and there were so many other groups. 7 Mile, Player. We all came out at the same time. Right? Next, right? So shout out to all of them. They were all dope. But the one thing that we brought to the table was like, yo, we sing and dance. We do this for real. Right? But here's the thing though, Rothstein. Everybody that's watching, listening tonight, you could do your homework and there's stuff out there, but we're like a cult group. You would hear about Jagged Edge. Yeah, they got more albums than us. You hear about 112. But as this group that Room Service, as a cult, everybody tell you, I'll put our first album up against any of those first albums.
Hello.
And we body those guys.
Hold on. Let me tell my story.
Here's the lesson, though. Here's the lesson, Rothstein. It don't matter. We never finished the race.
But I got to give you your flowers, though, because that's my era. You know, I come from those eras, the 90s, mid-90s. I was like, I remember I had this girl, Karen. The record came out. You know what I'm saying? Brother Wish He Could Sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had the thing on fire. When you said #1 record, it was you couldn't go nowhere without hearing that record. Man,
anybody from that era, they know that record. They know that record. They know that record. The first, and that was the second single. The first single was #1 on BET Soul when it was Donnie Simpson and Rachel. I remember the day I saw it. I'm watching. They're like, all right, the #1 video from Room Service. Ain't nothing wrong. I was like,
hello.
Yo, we got #1 video this week. It's great. Like, right? So, but once again, I say all that to say we went into it, not that we didn't appreciate it, but we felt like we arrived because we worked hard, but we never appreciated the journey. And what happens is when you don't appreciate something, and you lose it, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. But here's the thing. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And when we got it, we didn't appreciate it. Because now it's, man, we got to wake up early, go to the radio. Man, we got to meet people. Man, we got to sing a song again. Man, we got to sing Happy Birthday again. Man, we got to take pictures with people. Man, we got to do another interview. man, we got to do another. And then, guess what, Rothstein? As the day goes by, guess what? The next day comes, and guess what? You got to do it all over again.
Sheesh. That man, gym alert, gym alert, gym alert. Be careful what you ask for, because like you said, you think
you just might get it.
You think you know what you want or what you getting when you asking for it, but yet, like you said, it's that after you sign that contract, that's when the real work starts. So you said you guys from 97 and then you said your exit was 99. So let's talk about 97 and 99. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we definitely gonna move on to all the other dope things you did after that. So let's briefly talk about 97 and 99. What's going on with the group? What's going on in your mind during this time?
Oh, we're having fun. We're cool with everybody because of our producer. We were that group that was just cool with everybody because we were cool with SWV. We were cool with Joe. We were just that group that people were like, yo, y'all can't be from New York. Y'all can't be from LA. Like, where y'all from? Because y'all way too nice. It wasn't that we were nice because we went behind the ears. We was nice because that's just how we were raised. It's what we believed in. Like, you treat people right. And we lit up a room when we went into it, right? We literally had that star power. We were really cool dudes having fun and enjoying it. And between that time, when the singles were out, man, we're just traveling and enjoying it, man, and just going back home and sharing that and speaking to kids and letting them know that they could do it, and just going back home and just rallying the troops, man. Listen, ask for the song to be played, like, support, watch the video, like keep supporting, buy the single, buy the cassette single. That's when they had cassette singles. So we were at a time where it was like, yo, y'all just, stand behind us and we're going to go out here and do it. And we were doing it. And it was fun, man. It was really fun being on the road and the relationships that, we were able to cultivate. And to this day, still cool with a little bit of everybody that, we were cool with. And I've been blessed to be able to interview a lot of recording artists from that time. And, we get on the interview, and y'all can see it, man. And they'll post it. You see the camaraderie between Donnell Jones. We did shows with him. My man RL from Next, talking to him, like Avant, like these guys, I've known them for years. We've been doing this for years, right? Y'all may not know Room Service because we hit it and quit it, but we have legacy in here for those who were able to appreciate what we did. And it's been a blessing. So those 2.5 years, so dope, man, because you get to live in your dream.
Right.
You're living it. You're living it, man. And sometimes, like I said, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And when you do get it, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do? Right? Because the fear of success is a real thing. Mm-hmm. The fear of failure is a real thing too. But the fear of success, people don't ever talk about the fear of success. They're like, oh, the fear of failure, so you just don't do it. But how about when you do it, what happens? How about when you're living in the moment? So you have to be prepared for that, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what happens when somebody grows up and they want to be a fireman and you're a fireman? What next? Like, you did it. So what? You stop dreaming? Absolutely not. You stop working hard? Absolutely not. Do you stop appreciating it? Absolutely not. And we stopped appreciating it. Not everyone. They were a chosen few, because there's always one in a group, right?
Always one.
It's just the dynamic. It just is what it is. Anytime you have a group, there's always someone who's doing too much. There's always someone who doesn't appreciate it. There's always someone who wants more money because they feel like they're doing more than everybody. Then you got the cool ones that just want everybody to get along.
Like, come on, guys. Come on. Let's work it out.
Just, you know what I mean? And then you got the one that's like, nights like this, that raindrops.
I still got it.
I don't need your help. I'm Eddie Kane. Yeah, so
y'all need me. Y'all need me, Drew. They don't need you.
So it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful thing, and people always ask, "Oh, would you change something?" Absolutely not. If you change one thing, Rothstein, you change everything.
Everything.
And it's been a blessing up to this point. Lessons learned, dues paid. I wouldn't change a thing.
Man, Okay, man. Man, hold on. Time out, man. So many gyms have just been going on. I got to do a salute alert, man. Salute alert for the gyms. For everybody tuning in, man, listen. I hope y'all hearing what this guy, and it's not going over your head, because be careful what you ask for. I'm going to keep that in my mind all day for the rest of the night, because I'm literally trying to really manifest everything that I really want to do. But like you said, when you get there, then what? Then what are you going to do? So that's super dope. Okay. All right. We cooking. So
shout out to my girl, Michelle Mays. That's my sisters. What's up, Michelle?
Yeah, love man. It's so much love. They saying gym alert, long life lesson. Man, listen, you dropping gems right now, June. So let's fast forward now. So you out your deal. Tell us that feeling like, because, you went from a high to, what some people might think is a low, or what they want to say. My bad.
It wasn't a low. It was more it was more disappointment, right? Because you worked so hard to get there. And in those moments, you got to take the L. So we took the L and kept it moving. It was really that simple. You take the lesson, and what are you going to do with it now, right? Because there are people out there who, it's hard to swallow an L, bro. Like, it's hard to take a loss gracefully, right? But I tell people, if you can, in those moments when you're catching an L, you're losing your shirt, just bow out gracefully. Don't try to fight it. Take the L. And what are you going to do with it after that point? So you got the L, and what? So do you crawl up and just kind of like lose it all? Like, do you hate everything and everybody? Do you no longer pursue what you love? No, you take the L gracefully and you keep it moving. Just think about, and I love sports analogies. Just think about last year when Tom Brady, and I'm a Patriots fan, right? So I was rooting for Tom, because you want to see your people do well. Don't matter if they're sitting at your table or not. You want them to do well. Tom Brady lost a string of games back to back. Everybody's like, yeah, I guess this Tampa thing ain't going to work out. But he took the L's gracefully, to the point where, their whole motto was no risk it, no biscuit. What are you going to do? So they went on to finish the race. I'm not telling you gems because I'm trying to give you no buzzwords, bro. It all connects.
Right.
They finished the race. And in finishing the race, in doing so, they won a championship. Why? Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. Y'all wanted Tom Brady? So guess what? It comes with a gang of responsibility. Right?
Right.
So you're going to have to fight. But you got to finish the race. He didn't say, all right, well, you know what? Maybe this wasn't the year. Like, no, you take the L gracefully. What do you learn from it to make yourself better? What do you learn from it to create an opportunity to get a leg up? So I took the L gracefully, and I'm like, yo, as an artist, now what am I going to do? Okay, I'm not going to do the artist thing because I'm a group guy. The chemistry was there. So people always, oh, you don't sing? Like, so do you sing? No, I don't sing, bro. Like, I don't. If it's me in room service, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'll mess around here and there if I'm hosting an event. Like, it's cool, but I'm dedicated to the other 4 dudes I sang with. Right? So now I find myself at a crossroads. I go back to corporate America, and my boss is like, yo, I need you to give you a 2 weeks notice. And I'm like, oh, man, what did I do? She's like, yo, you don't belong here. Your mind is here. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, but you don't belong here. There's something out there better for you.
Right.
I'll share that to share. Pay attention to the road signs, a.k.a. the people who can guide you to your dream if you just pay attention, if you just slow down and listen and be obedient. Because there's some people like, nah, whatever, like, you don't even understand. Why? Because they didn't take the L gracefully. Right? So they don't see the road signs. They don't see the people, hey, Rothstein, like, I get it, bro. Dust yourself off. Go. Matter of fact, here's a number. Call this person. I think they don't hear any of that because they're so caught up in the L, they don't hear nothing. So I literally took a vacation, because I never took any time off. And I I went to Puerto Rico to the Music Power Summit, and I see all my people that, Missy Elliott, we were signed to a lecture, so Missy Elliott was there. That was my label mate. Busta Rhymes, my label mate. Who else? Pooh Bah was there, right? I'm seeing all the people in the industry, people that work my record. And, my man hit me like, yo, so what's going on? Like, what you doing? I know the group not, y'all not together. Like, what's good? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, man. I think I lost my job. Like, I got to go back and get my 2 weeks notice. So he was like, yo, come work at the label. And I'm like, all right, I'm figuring, I'm going to go work in promotions or whatever, work my way up. And God bless my man All-Star. He's like, yo, just come run the label. I want you to be the president. Went in, took over, signed a couple acts, got the opportunity at that point to work with Jay-Z, 50, Beyonce, Mario, Amarion, Gym Class Heroes. The list goes on and on. Tyrese, Tierra Marie, and just getting busy. Right, so I didn't stop running the race. I wanted to finish the race, so I didn't. These plaques back here, I didn't get the plaques as an artist. I got them as an executive. I got them working on projects, right? So I wanted to keep running the race. My race ain't done yet. I'm trying to finish the race, right? For me, following my dreams meant more because there are people who I feel like we let them down because they don't know the inside story as to what happened with the group. And I'm not sharing it here. Y'all got to, when I get on Oprah's couch and she says she got a movie for us, then we're going to do it. Then I'm going to come back, Rothstein, and I'm going to get
the exclusive.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. So there's people that are watching that they want to see you win and you want them to win, but the only way to win and to see them win is to be an example or just be your best self, right? You could show them that it could be done. You could show them that you could be an entrepreneur. You show them you could be an author. You show them you can have a shoe line. You show them you could be a business person. You show them you could be I just want to continue to do that because I got kids to raise. I have kids that I want them to see, listen, your mom got an MBA. Your mom got her master's. Your dad is an entrepreneur. He started businesses. So you can't fail. You at least got to graduate high school. And guess what? You at least got to graduate college because we've already set the tone. You can't do anything less, right? Because the whole key to life is to do better than your parents.
That's
so the bar is already set high. So what are you doing today that's going to allow your children to understand where the bar is and where they have to continue to go? Or the people in your community? Because guess what? There's no disrespect to anybody doing anything. No disrespect to Jay or Beyonce. But you got Jay-Z and Beyonce in your own communities. Find out who they are. Ask them these questions. Hey, how did you get to do such and such? How did you start your business? How did you write your book? How did you become a doctor? How did you become a lawyer? What does it mean to be a great mom? How did you start your nonprofit? You got Jay-Z and Beyonce in your community.
Hello.
And I'm not saying you can't look at these people, but guess what? Jay-Z can't teach you anything at this point with 444. You got to go back to the essence. So you got to go back to reasonable doubt. Some of y'all can't hop on the train at 444.
Too much.
Gotta start at the original Destiny's Child album. You can't get to Beyonce right now with the Carter album. That's not where you are. You got to go back to reasonable doubt and pick up the gems here, and then go to Blueprint. Then go to way before you get to the Carter album or 444. But guess what? You have those who have the blueprint right in your midst, in your neighborhood, in your community. Ask them how they started.
Yeah.
And you could be successful. They're on the ground. You could rub elbows with them. Ask them. I talk to my mentors all the time. I create mentors. I'm like, man, I'm going to call you. I don't do coffee, but I need to just pick your brain. I need to holler. Right. I need to run something by you. I want to know how you tick. And it has to be reciprocal. You can't take it. Hey, Rothstein, hey, can you? And they'll say, hey, listen. Because when I lead with it, I'm like, hey, how can I be a help to you? I know I asked you a bunch of questions, man, but how can I help? That's why your platform is so important, because we're talking about building a network, not only to just increase your net worth, but to be the common denominator, to figure out how you can connect the dots from a humanistic standpoint.
Yeah.
We are here for a reason. to connect. And although we can't see each other like we had 2 years ago,
right,
you can still make a human interaction and connection. Don't allow the mass to stop you. Talk about you can't breathe. Listen, we got to be safe. And I'm going off on a tangent, but just follow me. Don't allow these things to block the human connections that we can have. Call somebody, tell them you love them, man. 10%, I promise y'all, 10% of the people that are in your phone right now, they no longer here. They passed away. Whether it's COVID, whether it's stress, whether it's anxiety, whether it's high blood pressure, whatever it is. If you look at your phone right now, 10% of them people no longer exist. If you don't believe me, just start with your Facebook page. Fight somebody, see what happens. But yeah, man. I know we. What time is it? I'm supposed to be on University of Dope right now playing, and I know we dropping gems. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no. We good. But we've been cooking because I mean, wow. So how much time we got, Jules? So we can just see because we got to do a part 2.
We got to do a part 2. What time is it right now? I can't even see what time.
It's 7:42 right now.
7:40. I gotta go on the University of Dope right now.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be in there, so we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All right.
2 minutes.
So June, go ahead and just close real quick. We're gonna do a part 2 because we right now we just at the ending you know what I mean, of the group. So we're gonna pause right there. So just close, let the people know where to find you, and then we're gonna definitely hop in for part 2.
Nah, bro. First, I appreciate your platform. I know. I wish we had more time. Our schedule was crazy, but we here.
I know, my fault.
Everything happened the way it's supposed to happen. So
yes,
this is a cliffhanger. So if y'all interested, I'm gonna drop even more gems on part 2. IamJuneArcher.com. You can find me right there for everything. It takes you everywhere. IamJuneArcher.com. Rothstein, one of the things I want to leave with you. I know I got to run. Never leave the opportunity open to tell somebody you love them because tomorrow's not promised. Rothstein, I love you, brother. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. And for those who want to take a dive, I have an online networking course called The Definitive Art of Networking. If you get it, the discount code is RBEATS for Rothstein. RBEATS. And you get, oh, matter of fact, it's a 60% discount.
Ooh, hello.
Right? We already dropped it 50. We added another 10 for RBEATS, for Rothstein Beats. And we're going to talk about it more and why it's important when we do the part 2.
Yes, we're going to do the part 2 very, very soon. Again, hello to my guy, Mr. June Archer, dropping them gems, going crazy on the live. Thank you again. I know you got to run. So, again, this is Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk always. Again, make sure y'all check out my guy, Mr. June Archer. Hit him with that follow. Support his shoes. Support his school. Support his networking. And you know what? And we up out this thing. Peace out.
Peace.